Hey everyone, this is Tim and I hope you're doing well. I'm still in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Beautiful area, and luckily it's a little bit cloudy today, but it is still very warm. In fact, these days are days where you need to take 5 or 6 showers every day, and it's not only hot in the morning, it's actually hot in the evening as well. And I got a chance to experience that a couple of days ago when I got to visit one of the street food buffets out on the street. Thank you so much for everyone who suggested these places. $1.99K buffet, less than $10, incredible fresh seafood. And today is Sunday, and a while ago I got a chance to visit, I think, one of the best Sunday brunch buffets in Hanoi. That's in the northern part of Vietnam. It was spectacular at the JW Cafe. Lots of lobster, lots of fresh seafood, huge buffet, and of course, the friendly, great folks there. And today, thank you so much for all the suggestions as well. Here in Ho Chi Minh, I'm hoping to find the best Sunday brunch buffet here, and I visited a couple of places, but thanks to every one of you who suggested all these great comments, I found another place here, right over here. This is the Art Hotel, or Hotel des Arts, I think. Sorry for my French. It's a much more intimate buffet, but what they lack in size, they make in quality. And I heard the buffet continues and continues and continues with champagne and cocktails and oysters and lobsters. And I heard they even have king crab. And when you're done with the buffet, it continues on to the next floor. So I can't wait to give it a try. I hope you're hungry. Come on, it's right over there. But first we need to cross the road. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Just don't film and cross the road at the same time. Hi. Thank you so much. Xin chào. So it's pretty grand in here, and we just need to take the elevators. It's on the top floor, or one of the top floors. Oh, hey. Thank you. So we are on the 23rd floor, one floor below the rooftop bar. And I can see the buffet is getting set already behind these glass walls, and we see a Parma ham. Everything looks so amazing. I hope you're hungry. Thank you so much for joining, and I think we'll get our table. Hi, Nee, how are you?
I'm good, hi.
This looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And getting a little hungry. Can I?
Please follow me.
Oh, thank you. So this isn't my table. This is a temporary waiting table, but gorgeous dining room here. But I think they know I make a mess, so sitting at a couch is not ideal. And I think they actually wanted to situate me closer to the buffet and with a nice view. So really grateful for that. And I think a little bit of water to soothe the heat. Best drink ever, especially with the heat. And they've got a couple of levels of the brunches, and I think I chose one of the higher tier ones. Free-flowing champagne and cocktail. And as I mentioned before, the buffet doesn't end when this buffet ends, because on top they have a rooftop patio where you get more buffet in the form of finger foods and more cocktails. So that's pretty epic. So it's like a whole day event here, and I can't wait. Oh, and I think the table is ready. So this looks like the best possible spot, closest to the buffet and a good view, and near the bar as well. So this is a magnificent table, and I wasn't joking, this is so close to the buffet. We've got the hard-working chefs there making Peking duck. And if it's looking a little bit bright, it is because of this gorgeous view over here. So it's pretty nice. Buffet over here, view over there, seafood back there, and all we need is a drink. And here comes you. Oh, thank you. What a good way to start. All right. All right. Cheers to you. It is a very good way to start. All right, so let's go check out the buffet. Come on, let's go. So many good items to choose from. Let's take a look. When it's hot outside, it's nice to get some summery salads, strawberry, avocado. Let's see, this is a green mango, a little bit of papaya, I think. Some roast veggies and some greens. So not a bad start. Let's grab a plate first. All right, let's see. And I think we'll start off with that little cheese room there. And it's pretty interesting coming in here. I see people doing the same thing And I think it's a corporate event. They're filming some promotional material, but let's see what they have. Beautiful charcuterie and seafood. And I think we'll need to start with the tuna and the salmon, with a little bit of salmon first, some salmon rosettes. And these are gorgeously big plates, and the tuna tataki with the wonderful flowers. Some smoked basa here, some terrine. And I think they have a little bit of pistachios. Let's grab two. Right over here. Some other cold cuts, and let's try the truffle mortadella. Wonderfully fatty and spotted just a little bit. And this is filling up already. And that's what we like to see. A truffle mortadella rose with a flower in the middle. And moving on, we have the hams and the cheese. And I must say, this salami looks absolutely gorgeous. A little bit of salami, some beef, and a little bit of ham. And now we have the cheeses. Some manchego with its classic texture on the outside. Oh, and we have the soft cheeses, not the Parmesan, but these cheeses, and they are soft because they are absolutely dripping off the table, and we gotta save it. This reminds me of a painting from Salvador Dali. Okay, right over here. And as we exit the cheese room, we have seafood. And right out here, we actually have the Parma ham all sliced up. And let's move on to the seafood. Beautiful sushis. The sushis look amazing. And the sashimis are clouded by a frosty vapor of water. Oh, hi Nia, how are you?
I'm fine.
This looks absolutely amazing. Can I get some sushi? A little bit of eel, maybe a little bit of salmon, and some tuna. Oh, beautiful. And can I get some sashimi? How about some tuna and salmon and gachik? Thank you so much. Oh, and moving on, we have some lovely oysters.
Yeah, we have the daily fresh oyster all every day. We have the chukai, fine clear oyster. We have the black pearl oyster.
Oh.
What kind you like?
You know, my favorite movie is Pirates of the Caribbean, so I'm going to go with a black pearl.
Black pearl?
Yeah, how about one? How about two?
Sure. Okay.
Two. Thank you, Chef Mong.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. And moving on, we have some Bloody Mary oyster shooters. And it's kind of interesting. I remember at Saigon Cafe, I had to do this myself. Here, they do it for you. And ginormous shrimp. And next to the ginormous shrimp, ginormous snails. And oh my goodness, they have king crab here. Let's go for a couple. King crab number 1. And king crab number 2. And some more shrimp. And the lobster. Oh my goodness. I am mixing courses, but that's okay. And lobster number 2. And finally, we end with the crab. And that's just one of the many stations here. But I think I'm going to enjoy this because this plate is getting heavy. This buffet really embodies Ho Chi Minh. Lots of different foods, and there's a lot of it all compact into a tiny space. So you don't need to move around, but just in a very short amount of space, you have a lot of food. And let me show you. I did get the burrata salad and the oysters and the sashimis and sushis and of course the seafood. And that was a lot of work, so a little bit of champagne to quench the thirst. Cheers to you. So let's start off with the nice burrata salad, and that is wonderful mozzarella and cream filling and a mozzarella shell, a little bit of greens to stay healthy. Absolutely fantastic start. The burrata is nice and creamy and fresh, like the veggies, and a little bit of balsamic. Very nice. Gotta try the oysters. A little bit of lemon with a seed or 2, and a little bit of mignonette. 1, 2, 3, And I believe this is the black pearl. I wonder how this tastes like. Let's give it a try. Oh, very fresh for sure. Briny and cold and sweet like the ocean. Second one, just as good as the first. And gotta dig into that king crab. But first we have to move aside the lobster, uncovering the Salvador Dali cheese. And oh, look at this king crab. Wonderful. I can't believe they have king crab here. Oh, and it just cracks open. Grab a fork. And king crab is absolutely my favorite because there's so much meat and they're so sweet. And I think we'll need some sauce. A little bit here, nice and tangy and refreshing. Oh, absolutely delicious. Very meaty, nice, oceany brininess, and sweet as well. Not too much effort for a lot of goodness. Charcuterie next. And this is where we can let our creativity shine. Again, like Salvador Dali, we have some of the melty cheese on garlic toast with a little bit of salami. But this looks so good just on its own. And it is. So going back to the charcuterie, I think we need to go with the truffle mortadella and a little bit of the pate on top. And I think this is all we need. Oh, cheers. Oh, wonderful flavors and texture with a foundation of crunchy garlic bread, the Salvador Dali cheese, the truffle mortadella, really nice, some floral flowers in the middle, and a pate on top. A big bite. And that's what the champagne's for. Very nice. And since we have some melted butter, it'll be a perfect time for the lobster. So not only do they have the grilled or the cold lobster, they have the grilled lobster as well. So I think we'll start off with the cold and move our way to the hot. Let's pull this right apart and it comes out pretty easily. A little bit of butter. Okay. Oh, looking absolutely delicious. And tasting delicious too. Lobster is perfectly cooked, nice and chilled, and a little bit of warm butter just makes everything buttery and creamy, very good. Fantastic buffet here, and I think this is probably Ho Chi Minh's best Sunday brunch buffet. What it lacks in real estate, I think they make it up in the quantity of foods and the quality of the foods, and of course the free-flowing champagne and lobster and all the hot food dishes, which I can't wait to try next. So I'm going to finish this up, and we'll take you back for more and more courses. Cheers. Round one was absolutely delicious. The smoked eel sushi, wonderfully luscious, soft, and sweet. Very good. And that tuna rose dipped in a confetti of fish roe from black to orange to green. Wonderful flavors and wonderful pop. And I haven't even gotten up yet, and I have a new dish in front of me. This is the squid ink pasta at the bottom with some crab and some bisque and some foam and half a lobster as well. And that half a lobster was my doing. But let's give this a try. And I like the fact that they do little portions. Let's try. That looks absolutely wonderful. We'll twirl the pasta with the spork. Looking really nice. Oh, very nice. Soft, delicate flavors of the crab and the crab bisque. And the noodles are absolutely cooked to perfection, wonderful textures, and really nice that they offer you taster portions. Cheers. Gotta try the lobster with the crab bisque. All right, wonderfully cut. A little bit of greens and some roe. Forget the butter. The crab bisque is the way to go. Rich and luscious, seafoody, and even more intensified with the seafood bisque. Very good. So with that, I think we'll head on over to the hot food station. Come on, let's go. So the hot food here is pretty extraordinary. It's made to order. Really good folks here. Oh, thank you so much. All right, and let's see. We've got some Peking duck. Hi, chef. How are you? Can I get a Peking duck? Oh, thank you. Oh, and coming up next, we have a big wheel of Parmesan. And where we see Parmesan, I think we have risotto. That's really nice. Chef, can I have a risotto?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Lots of butter. Oh, this is truffle mushroom risotto. Beautiful risotto there, and oh, I hear some sizzling away, and the sizzling is from the scallops. Stephen, that looks so good.
With the scallop rice later.
Oh, beautiful.
With the and pasta mix sauce.
I can't resist. Stephen, may I have one?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Tomorrow, just for you can see the. Yes.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay would be proud.
Enjoy your meal.
Oh, thank you, Chef Steve. And moving on, this is a roast station. Lots of meats and fixings and seafood and more seafood, more and more. So let's give this a try. So a little bit of sea bass, or a lot, and more lobster grilled this time. We have the garlic and the chive onion, or more correctly, the scallion oil. And then more scallion oils on the oysters. Oh, these are humongous. Right over here. And one more. And there is more. Here we go. A little bit of soup, some sauces, some veggies. And I must say, of all the buffets I've been to, they cook their meats really nicely. Nice and pink. This is leg of lamb. So we have a little bit of surf and turf. Oh, and I know potatoes are filling, but these look absolutely crispy, gorgeous little nuggets of pleasure. Let's go for one. Go over here, and it's cousin, and we have some Wagyu meat. A little bit of fat is always good next to the potatoes, and some Western influence. A little bit of barbecued ribs, and I think I'll skip that for now, and more of the sauces. I think a little bit of red wine sauce would be good with the beef. Right here, and the lamb. So this plate is getting pretty full here with the meats and the seafood. So this round, the table is filling up pretty quick. Some I ordered, some that just came as a wonderful surprise. So we got the items from the made-to-order station, the risotto, the scallops, and this is new. This is, I think, chicken and waffles Vietnamese style, and then the Peking duck and our hot plate here, and I see more coming. Thank you so much. So the cocktails and wine and champagne are endless. Let's give this one a try. Cheers to you. Very refreshing. This is called the Whisper Light and Aromatic. Cucumber makes it refreshing. A little bit of tartness. Very nice and good for this warm weather. I think we better dig into the Peking duck roll because that has been waiting the longest. Very nice. The nice thing is that it has a thin wrapper, but more importantly, lots of duck, and even more important, lots of duck skin and fat. Let's try the scallops. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So Chef Steve over there was cooking up a storm. A little bit of lettuce on the scallop. I think this, he mentioned, was some couscous. And let's give this whole thing a try. Oh, perfectly cooked. That is absolute heaven. Nice and delicate, seared nicely on the outside, and soft and tender, translucent on the inside. Scallops are really my favorite. But let's try the risotto next. And I see there's lots of mushrooms and cheese. Look at that stretch. And I think they have quite a bit of truffles in here as well. Let's give this a try. Absolutely lovely. I know it's bad to be filling up on starches, but this is definitely worth the calories. Nice and hot. Rice is cooked to perfection, and really nice cheesy, truffly flavors. I think the surf and turf is waiting for us. We need to do a lot of rearranging. Even though this is a table for 4, there's too many plates here, but let's dig into this. And the first thing I'd love to try are those wonderful potatoes. Really luscious and crispy, and a little bit of sauce. So crispy, perfectly balanced. The crispy, crusty crunch on the outside, and the softness and the tenderness on the inside. And I think we need a little bit of the cheese sauce. I think this is the burrata cheese sauce. Oh, finger licking good. Let's go for the steak. And I think this is the Wagyu steak. Let's cut into it with a lot of fat and just pulls away. All right. There we go. Pretty nice. Nice and meaty. And I think this is a rump cut. So not the most tender, but still very meaty. And not bad. But if you want something that's made to order staring in front of me, or some made to order dishes that you can get, and I think the beef tenderloin is definitely a must try. Many times at the buffet, as good as the food is, they are left out for a while, so they do tend to dry out a little bit. So maybe getting something fresh to order may be a nice experience. But until then, I can't wait to try these massive oysters. And I wonder if these are the black pearl. And wonderful. At a buffet lobster, when they're grilled, they tend to be overcooked. This isn't. This looks to be perfectly baked. I can smell the aromas already. Cheers. Very luscious, perfectly cooked, wonderful sauces, and I think I'm going to try a little bit more of this mustard sauce. So I think I'm going to finish this off, and we'll take you back for some more, because there's more good dishes to come. Round 2 went by so quickly. That chicken and waffles, I've had a lot of chicken and waffles, and I must say that was one of the better ones. Waffle was nice and crisp, very thin, and chicken was nice and juicy. That risotto was still my favorite. And the sea bass, lots of flavor, just a little dry because it's been sitting out in the buffet, but that's okay because we have more dishes now. Thank you so much. Oh, that's beautiful. This is a baked cod with coconut foam, and over here is a beef tenderloin with some mashed potatoes. So this is quite nice because you get the best of both worlds, the variety of the buffet and the quality of the made-to-order dishes. I can't wait to try this cod first. Oh, and absolutely tender. I know the sea bass was a little bit dry, but this one is nice and crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Just like many people, with a little bit of coconut foam, not like many people. Oh. I didn't even have to bite into that. As soon as it went into the mouth, it just dissolved and evaporated into seafood cod goodness. It might not show it, but that cod is incredibly tender. And that miso glaze gives it extra char, sweetness, umami flavor. Very, very nice. Absolutely heaven. And if you're here at Hotel des Arts or Artes, you gotta give this a try. I can go for a dozen of this, but I won't because I'm gonna try the tenderloin next. And I'm so grateful that they make this in small portions, but I can already tell that tenderloin is absolutely, as they say, tender. So, barely cuts, and I think if I just pull it, it'll just come apart. Little bit of beef, little bit of buttery potatoes for that perfect bite. Just like the cod, the tenderloin melts in the mouth. Beefy goodness, so tender, and again, the buttery potatoes makes, again, the perfect bite. So I know we've had many dishes. I don't think I'll have any trouble finishing up these two, and we'll take you back for dessert. Cheers. Those dishes were so easy to finish, and dessert is coming up next, and they are anything but modest. Look at this. And we first start off with columns of fruit, but we quickly descend into a decadence depth of dessert goodness with, I think these are red velvet cake, miniaturized with many layers, chocolate pistachio, and mini eclairs. And I can't resist. Let's go for a few. The red velvet, the chocolate pistachio, and the mini eclair, or a mini Bismarck, I'm not sure, but let's see what else they have. A decadent almond tart. And this is a real wheel of fortune with scatterings of dessert goodness. That looks like a coconut and some eclairs or profiteroles. And we have more, some decadent chocolate cake. And this is chocolate cake tiramisu style. Absolutely love a tiramisu. And let's give this a try. And I'm glad they cut it into small slices. Oh, nice and wobbly. Wonderful. And moving on, a colorful fruit tart, some chocolates. And this is what's making it hard to speak. Buckets and buckets of champagne. And there is more, but this looks a little intimidating. This is an absolutely gorgeous looking cake, but there's no way I'm going to cut into that. Hi, Nyan. How are you?
Good.
Well, can you help me cut into this cake? Oh, thank you. I just don't want to destroy it. This is the mango and coconut verrine. Wonderful job. Oh, wow. So really good folks here. There was no way I was going to attempt that myself. And oh, look at this. A tower of brownie and an array of mousses and yogurts. That looks absolutely lovely. Let's give that a try. Mousse number 1, mousse number 2, and mousse number 3. Oh, good Lord, and there's more. Chocolate mousse, which I'm definitely not going to cut into. And this is a pistachio Saint Honor. Let's give that a try. Miniaturized, but you still have the profiterole. Oh my goodness. This is becoming a colorful mess of goodness. And up next, a raspberry cheesecake. And that's looking absolutely delicious with multiple layers. Let's cut into that. A small slice. Oops. Go over here. And last but not least, a Portuguese egg tart. Just to cap off, a wonderful plate of dessert. And that is my plate here. This is such a monstrosity of a plate, but in the best possible way, because this is full of luscious desserts. And I think it is this one that is the culprit. But I believe that is the biggest culprit, but probably the most tastiest. This is called the Delight Strawberry Fraser. And let's give this one a try. Oh, It looks like a mess, but it tastes like heaven. Layers of strawberry and tropical goodness with a little bit of cake, and the mousse is barely holding it together, but I think it's given up with this heat. Absolutely delicious. And if I look like I'm a bit warm, it's because I am. Even though this is air conditioned, the view on this side, as stunning as it is generating a lot of heat coming in this way. So I think I need more desserts to cool off, and I can't wait to try that pistachio Saint Honoré. This is a big dessert. Well, it was a big mouthful, but in the best possible way. Wonderful pistachio cream, light pastry, very good. All we need is a cup of coffee, and here it comes. Thank you so much. The servers and the host here are fantastic. The coffee is much needed. Oh no, and there's more. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. So they are so fast here, and look at this. This is a cream cheese bun, so colorful and actually really light. So good. This is like a banh mi dessert style. Very nice. And I can't wait to try that mini eclair. But first, we'll have to move the tiramisu cake off to a side. And I'm so grateful to have these wonderful problems with too many desserts. Let's give that a try. Okay, this really feels like a banh mi. Oh, absolutely luscious. That pastry is nice and light, and even lighter is that pastry cream on top and the refreshing fruits. Very nice. So this is Hotel des Arts, and actually I forgot that I never mentioned the name of the restaurant, but I think this is the social club above Saigon, the Epic Brunch, and epic is definitely the right word. So thank you so much for joining thus far, because I don't think this is over yet, because what I heard is that you can enjoy, after this buffet, you can go up to the rooftop, enjoy more cocktails and more finger food. I can't wait to check this out, but for now, I'm going to have to finish all these desserts, and once it's done, I'll take you back and we'll visit the rooftop. Cheers. Thank you. So after a bit of dessert, we are up these stairs for a rooftop patio with some cocktails. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Too hot?
Yeah, a little bit, especially with all that food. All right, so what a nice break from the buffet, and we are on the rooftop patio, and luckily New was nice enough to bring us a nice glass of bubbly water. Cheers to you. Really warm, but really gorgeous view here on the left. A little bit of Ho Chi Minh City, and on the right, more Ho Chi Minh City with an infinity pool. It is so warm out. This is a Bellini, nice and cold. Oh, that is nice. This is not like the North American Bellini where it's kind of a slushy. Really nice tropical flavor, a little bit of bubbly, and very cold. And let me show you around here. Gorgeous views of the skyline. And I'm always a little bit afraid to go to the edge of the balcony or the rooftop. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking to go over the edge. The traffic down there and over there is, I think, a tennis court. And I'm glad it's not being used on such a hot day, because I don't think anyone can withstand the heat. Filled with motorcycles and all the hard-working folks at the bar making up the cocktails and their finger food. And while I'm not hungry, especially after that buffet, I am kind of curious to see what types of finger food they have. And that's the infinity pool over there, overlooking the city. And let's see what's down over here. Again, looking over the balcony, really high up. I think we're on the 24th floor. Soccer field, and just a gorgeous view of green and concrete and high rises. And just when you thought you couldn't go any higher, you can. And oh, look at this. So this is a glass bridge, and normally I'm not afraid of heights, but oh God, this is a little bit scary. Or a lot. No way. Ah, what the heck? Oh, geez. That first step is a killer. I think I've conquered my fear of heights, and I think with that, let's go back to the table. So nice to come back to your table and find something new. Look at this. If the buffet wasn't enough, we have the grilled pork, calamari. These are stuffed peppers. And if you weren't already sweating enough, they will get you sweating and generating that evaporative cooling. And next to the stuffed peppers, we have the luscious grilled scallops. And I'd love to dig into this before it gets cold, but there is no fear of that getting cold. But there is a fear of this getting warm. And this is a Black Russian, a little bit of coffee, a lot of ice. Cheers. Oh, nice and cooling. And to counteract the cooling, let's go for one of those scallops. Nice and luscious. Oh, perfectly seared. The best Sunday brunch buffet in Ho Chi Minh, part 2. Cheers. Very nice. A nice caramel crust and soft and translucent, perfectly cooked on the inside. A little bit of pork, and this is nice and juicy, and they are not afraid of the fat. Really courageous and really good. You gotta try that stuffed pepper. And let's go with the one with the handle and maybe a little bit of sauce borrowed from the calamari. Oh, very hot temperature wise, but lovely flavor. Nice crispy coating on the outside and stuffed with meats on the inside. And that pepper, I think the heat is actually starting to build. Absolutely needed. Cheers. So thank you so much for joining. I think this is probably the best Sunday brunch buffets here in Ho Chi Minh City. Fantastic buffet, lobsters and lots of hot dishes, the carvery. Really good folks here from Missy to New, really hospitable. And if that wasn't enough, this is a part 2 of the buffet overlooking at the rooftop with endless appies and cocktails and beer and wine and anything you can want, overlooking this gorgeous city. So again, thank you so much for keeping me company and joining on this wonderful experience. Until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well, I hope you're traveling well, and I hope you're eating well. So with that, I wish you all the best. Take care and God bless. Cheers.